this for your wife and kids now, kid. I got your car ready.
You ain't won a game all day. What are you talking about? Look at that. No sweat beating you, kid. It's like taking candy from child. That's all. Hey, look what's here.
Where you been?
Hey, I'm throwing for luck. Look at this. Throwing for luck. What do you say?
Hey, fellas, hey. Come on, give the little lady a break, huh?
Hi, Gunther.
Oh, what brings you here, Mrs. Swift?
Get up. Come on.
Well, you said that you always come to this place and have lunch, so I thought I would come too.
Yeah, well, I never said it was a good place for ladies, huh?
Oh, because there's some men around. Hey, I love that. You alone?
Yeah, sure.
Well, you don't want to have lunch by yourself, and I'm starving, and I think I'll join you.
Good.
That's what you can do.
Thank you.
Concentrate on it.
Just let me know when you're ready to order.
Okay, and I would like, a draft, and one for the gentleman. Do you have frosted mugs? Oh. Okay. Well, what is good on the menu?
Well, I'm not sure you're gonna like the food, Mrs. Swift.
Please, call me Raven. And why not? Because you seem to be very big and very healthy, and you eat from this menu all the time.
Well, you see, it's not really the food. It's like I said, see, this is not the proper atmosphere for a lady like yourself.
Oh, really? And what is the proper atmosphere for a lady like myself?
What I'm saying is, crowd gets a little rough and rowdy, you know what I mean?
Hey, I've already seen. You can protect me.
I'll do my best.
Thank you. I hope you don't have to rush off or anything. I really did want to have lunch with you.
Sounds very good. For you, I got all the time in the world, huh?
I must say that I really enjoyed our little chat in the limousine. It was very stimulating.
Really?
Yes. And I think that the two of us should get to know each other better.
Sounds fine to me.
I mean, after all, we do have a lot in common.
Well, there's only one way to find out if there's any more.
Right. And the one thing that we do have in common, of course, is that we're both very fond of Mr. Whitney, of course, in our own ways.
Well, I'd really rather not talk about Mr. Whitney.
Oh, okay. Well, then, why don't we talk about Miss Duval? We are also of the same opinion that Miss Duval does not care for Mr. Whitney as much as we do, right?
Yeah, that's true. I suppose.
I also feel that Miss Duval does not care for Mr. Whitney as much as she says she does. Don't you agree?
Well, Mr. Whitney does let people take advantage of him.
Yes, he does. I agree. And I think that she takes advantage of him. She manipulates his affections just for his power and his position, for her own selfish purposes.
Well, look, that's Mr. Whitney's business. I don't,
I also feel that Miss Duval is running around on Mr. Whitney behind his back with that cute little dance instructor. Tell me something. What do you know about the two of them?
Well, they used to work together back in New York.
Ah, I see. A partnership on and off the stage.
Yeah. Martine left Wiley when she met Mr. Whitney. And also, when Mr. Wiley broke his leg and couldn't dance anymore.
He broke his legs? Oh, that's awful. Anyway, the funny thing is that Sky told me that I could go watch an audition at Wiley's dance studio a while back. And Sky wasn't there, and the two of them were getting awfully chummy.
Yeah, there's something I've noticed myself.
I think that Wiley is still crazy about her. And I also think that the feeling is mutual. Now, what I want to know is, does Sky know anything about this?
Well, Mr. Whitney has a very strong ego, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't. What do you mean?
He figures he can get anything he wants.
Yes. Some people call that being spoiled rotten.
That's one way of putting it, yeah.
Yes, well, don't get me wrong. I don't have anything against that attitude. As a matter of fact, there is someone very near and dear to me that is exactly the same way.
Oh.
Me.
Hey, I'd never figure that.
Well, it's true. It is true. This time, though, I feel that Sky shouldn't get what he wants. Because I think that Martine is making a fool out of him. And I think that someone ought to set him straight.
Yeah, he would be better off without it.
Gunther, why don't the two of us put our heads together and see what we can do to help the poor boy?
Afraid of the simple truth. Why do they always him and haw?
Oh, Derek, you're people too.
Sure, I'm human. Human enough to be hurt when somebody tells me one thing and then does something else.
Meaning me, I assume.
You know how many dates you've broken in the past 2 weeks? Well, don't bother to figure it out. I'll tell you. All of them.
I've had a very good reason for every date.
You've had good reasons, all right. You've had different reasons for each date. Now, why don't you just tell me the one real reason?
Because there is no one real reason.
I think there is. I think you found yourself another man.
What?
Now, excuse me, I've got to make a call.
Coward. I just don't understand you. I mean, a couple of broken dates. Why do you take it so seriously?
Because of what it meant.
You don't know what it means. Maybe I was just trying to be more interesting to you.
How?
You're so silly sometimes. I hope you never have to catch a brilliant woman criminal because you don't stand a chance.
Well, please enlighten me. I'm always eager to learn more about women, especially from such a woman.
All right. Haven't you ever heard that makeup and sexy dresses aren't nearly as intriguing to a man as one broken date?
Yes, the image of the unattainable woman, huh?
Yes.
Well, somehow here in Monticello, that just seems like old-fashioned playing hard to get. Now, isn't that it, Raven? Isn't that the game you're playing with me?
Maybe.
Well, maybe you're playing a little bit too hard. Or maybe you don't need a police chief in your life anymore.
What?
Maybe you've just used up all the favors I can do for you.
What a terrible thing to say to me.
Well, then it must be my first theory, that you've gotten yourself another man.
Don't be ridiculous.
Why is that ridiculous? I've heard you can juggle 2 or 3 at the same time.
You are the only man in my life.
I know you, Raven. And even if somebody else has struck your fancy, you still wouldn't let me off your string.
There is nobody. I have not seen a single man.
No? Just married men?
Derek, it's not true. Who have you been talking to?
I've talked to a lot of people.
Well, they're all lying. I don't keep men on strings.
Well, just in case that's what you're thinking, I want you to know that I'm very good at untying my own knots. Just wanted to tell you how I felt before I left.
Aren't you going to kiss me goodbye?
Sure.
I'll call you and we'll work something out, okay?
Good night.
Good night. Oh, you brazen hussy.
Hi, Mrs. Swift.
Gunther, hello. Yeah, come in. Did you have a message from Sky?
Nope. This is my night off, and I am delivering my own messages.
Have you been drinking, Gunther?
Yeah, at our favorite joint, Mrs. Swift. You remember the place? Right where we had lunch together
Right.
yesterday.
What do you want?
The question is, what do you want? I mean, you were coming on pretty strong with me the other day. Well, here I am.
I just wanted us to be friends.
Well, sure. That's just what I want. Friendship. Hmm?
Right.
Good old friendship.
Right. And I thought that we had a lot in common and that we could kind of put our heads together and help Sky.
Hey, Mr. Whitney don't need any help from us. He's okay. He's got bucks, you know, and when you've got money, everything falls into place.
Gunther, please look. You've just had a few too many drinks and you got the wrong idea.
Hey, baby, I got some great ideas. Just give me a chance to show you.
Gunther, will you stop it? I'm just a very good friend of Sky's, and I have his interest at heart, and we both agreed that Martine was not in his best interest, remember?
Sure, I remember, yeah.
Right, so that's why I came to the bar to talk, because we both have Sky's best interest at heart.
Hey, don't kid yourself, baby. I've only got my best interests at heart, just like everybody else, including you.
But you work for Sky, you have to be loyal.
Well, you pay me what he does, and I'll be loyal to you. In fact, you don't even have to pay me any money.
Gunther.
Gunther,
no! You don't want to lose your job, Gunther.
Don't kid you. I'm not going to lose my job.
Gunther,
Whitney needs me.
What if he finds out what you're doing here now? You'll lose your job. He has a big ego, remember? And he does not like people playing around with his property. Right? That's better, Gunther. Now, why don't you just turn around and go home? Or better yet, why don't you go back to the bar that you came from and find yourself another friend?
Hey, you want to know something? I don't think he pays me enough to do the dirty tricks I do for him.
He wouldn't ask you to do anything wrong, Gunther.
Oh, no? Listen, baby, have you ever heard the show business expression, break a leg?
Yes. What did you mean by that?
Nothing.
Yes, you did, Gunther! You told me Gavin Wiley broke his leg. Did you break his leg? You did, didn't you?
No, it was an accident.
Accident on purpose? Now, Gunther, look, I'm a friend of the family. Tell me what happened.
I said it was an accident. It was only a little joke, you know? A little Halloween prank. It got a little out of hand, you know?
Was it because of Martine?
Hey, listen, I just want you to forget about that, because Whitney wouldn't like it. And he doesn't want you talking about it either.
I wouldn't dream of talking about it. It's just between the two of us.
Yeah, Whitney doesn't like people knowing his business. Now you're a part of the family now, hmm?
Yes. Now I'm a part of your family. I'm so glad you let me come to your studio. It really was wonderful.
I'm glad you liked it.
Well, how are you? How's your leg?
My leg?
Yes, it's been awfully damp out. You must be in agony.
No, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Now, what can I do for you?
Well, how long are you going to be there?
About another 20 minutes or so. That's all I planned on.
Good, I'll be over in 10 minutes. I have something very important to talk to you about, okay? Bye-bye.
No, wait. What's all this about?
Gavin, I'm not going to ask you to let me audition for your dance company. I am strictly a disco star.
Look, Mrs. Swift.
Raven. I just have this feeling that we can be very good friends, especially after tonight.
You don't even know me, Raven.
No, but I do know something about you. And I think you would be very interested to hear it.
Is this something about Martine? Because if it's just idle gossip,
I am coming over. Don't you dare leave.
What's all that about?
Martine.
Leave me alone.
Open up. like to go to bed.
It's early.
I'm tired. You tired me.
Martine, I don't want to leave things just like this.
Then just leave.
All right. Maybe I will.
Sky. Oh, Sky. Hello. I was just ready to walk out the door.
Oh. Where you going?
I have to see someone.
A man?
Well, why not? I mean, I do know other men besides you.
Well, if you're trying to make me jealous, you're succeeding.
I doubt that. But I really do have to run. I have a very heavy date.
Well, now you do have me worrying. Is this, anyone I know?
I'm sorry, but I'm not allowed to give out that information. And I really do have to go.
Well, I really would like to get together with you again, Raven.
All right, you know my number, so try again. Bye-bye, sweetie.
Look, Mrs. Swift.
Raven!
Look, Raven, if all you came to do was ask me a lot of questions about the past, you're wasting your time.
This is very important. When did you first meet Martine Duval?
About 2 years ago, okay?
In New York.
That's right. We met in a dance class. We became friends. We started dancing together. We turned professional together. For a while, anyway.
And then the glamorous Sky Whitney came along and knocked her off her little toe shoes.
I still don't get the point.
How did you hurt your leg, Gavin?
You're really preoccupied with the subject, aren't you? Why?
Tell me something. Is it true that someone broke your leg for you?
Why did you come here, Raven? Who sent you? Or are you some new kind of spy for Skylar Whitney?
Do you know who it was that broke your leg?
I have a good idea.
Can you tell me?
I don't know any names. Some hitmen for the mob.
Are you sure?
Are you implying that you know who did it?
I know more than you think. I know when it happened. It was Halloween.
You're right so far.
I also know it was 3 men, 3 big men in Halloween masks, and I know who sent them. It was your boss, Sky Whitney.
What's this all about, Raven? Why this surprise visit?
I don't know why you're so surprised, Derek. I came here to see you.
You have broken 6 dates with me in the past 2 weeks, and now all of a sudden you show up on my front doorstep? I know you, sweetheart. You want something, just like always. So why don't you tell me what it is?
All right. Oh, Derek, sometimes I think you'll never understand me.
I think I realized that a long time ago.
Don't you realize why I behave so badly? It's because I'm afraid of being hurt.
They could drop you from a plane and you wouldn't get hurt.
Well, that's not true. I get hurt very easily. I've been married twice. How do you think that feels?
And that explains all the broken dates.
Well, that was just my subconscious.
Subconscious, that's Freud, isn't it?
Yes. And if I had an analyst, that's what he would tell me. He would say that the reason I broke all those dates with you is because I want you to hate me. And that keeps me from being close to any man.
God, Raven, it's all so heavy. I didn't realize that. I'm glad you told me, but what I think you should do is have a little talk with your subconscious, and if the two of you want to have dinner with me some night...
You're making fun of me!
Hey, I've got a subconscious, too, and I've got an ego and a libido. And all those other cute little Freudian gadgets.
But I have to ask you a question.
So the truth comes out, huh? All right, what is it?
It's a legal question.
Well, go find yourself a lawyer, boyfriend. I'm a cop.
No, I know you can answer this question. It's about crime, please.
All right, what is it?
Okay. If a person injures somebody, deliberately injure somebody, say beats them up, and they do it because someone told them to.
Now, wait a minute. Somebody?
Well, say their employer. A man works for another man, and he's told to beat someone up, say a creditor, for instance.
You want to know if that's a crime? Of course that's a crime.
No, what I want to know is who committed the crime. The person that does the beating or the person that ordered it?
What kind of question is this?
I don't know. I'm just curious, that's all.
Raven, you're smart enough to figure this out yourself. If you hire somebody to commit a crime, of course you're equally as guilty.
Oh, really?
Was this something you were thinking of doing, hiring somebody?
Of course not. It was just an academic question.
So academic that you came all the way down here just to ask me?
I didn't come here to ask you. I came here to see you, baby.
Hello? Well, yes, Commissioner. Yes. How are things in San Francisco? Good. Yes. No, I knew you couldn't stick to it forever. I anticipated that. No, I'll take care of that on this end. That's all right. If anything comes up, I will. I understand. Okay. Thank you for calling. Good night.
Look, Derek, I know you're very busy, and I have to run, so I'll talk to you later, okay? Bye-bye.
She's not only fast on her feet, she's also very good at sleight of hand.
What the hell are you trying to say?
I can put it in one sentence. Martine Duval is a criminal, a thief.
You think she stole from you because she accepted room and board?
Oh, well, that's another kind of larceny, but we won't even mention that now.
Or is it this?
No!
The little trinkets that you showered on her to keep her happy and content.
I'll give it back to him. I'll give it back everything.
I'm not talking about this kind of gift. Martine knows what I mean. I'm talking about the sort of gift that one gives oneself.
You swore to me you would never speak about it again. Not to me, not to anyone. You swore!
That was my gift to you, too, Martine. My silence. But you know that line in Hamlet, rich gifts prove poor when givers prove unkind?
What about when givers turn out to be takers or leg breakers?
Oh, you got that all wrong, Mr. Wiley. You really shouldn't have made that accusation against me. It hurt my feelings.
Go on, Martine. Why don't you say something? Why don't you tell your dance master that it's all wrong, that I'm just a foul-mouthed liar trying to get you in trouble? You did notice that, Gavin, didn't you? No angry denials, no shouts of liar. That should prove something to you.
What is it? What does he mean by this?
I'll tell you, but not now, please.
Why not now? Why don't you tell him that he's a liar? Why don't you go start him in his sneering face?
Go on, Martine. Show Gavin how wrong I am.
Martine! No! Martine! Well, come on. Why don't you finish your bedtime story?
Ask Martine yourself. At bedtime. It's all right, Gunther.
After what you've done, I'm not about to let you hit and run.
Oh, it was Martine who did the running, or hadn't you noticed?
That's just because she was sick of looking at your face. She was tired of hearing all the lies.
You still believe it's a lie, don't you? Well, I really can't blame you. That's natural, Gavin. I don't know if I'd believe it myself if I didn't know it to be true. But one learns. One grows up. One meets people. One learns that appearances are deceiving.
What the hell did she do? Steal a loaf of bread?
Martine's hunger was greater than that, but why don't you ask her yourself? I know you won't believe me.
I don't believe you now. You're just sore that she finally had the sense to leave you.
Ask her about Paris, Gavin. Ask her about the party where we met. Ask her about the company she kept. Ask her about that year in Europe, how she made her living. Come on, Gunther, let's go. I've got places to go and people to see. Gunther. This is where a flight. Well, I really owe you a debt of gratitude, Raven.
Who, me?
You've made this latest emotional episode in my life much easier to bear.
You do seem to be responding well.
Considering the nature of what's happened, however, I may require extensive treatment. Much better.
I really am sorry about your troubles with Martine.
Into each life, a little rain must fall.
I can't lie, though. I'm glad you got rid of her.
I do believe that I will manage to survive somehow.
I hope you don't think I have a selfish attitude.
You're only looking out for my best interests, isn't that right?
That's right. Because I'm gonna make you forget you ever knew Martine Duval.
Martine. Did I ever know anyone named Martine?
To Skylar Whitney and his newfound freedom. May you find great happiness. You've made me very happy. I've been looking for a man like you my whole life.
And you are one of the most interesting women I have ever met.
One of the most, not the most.
The most.
Thank you. I just hope I'm not on the rebound.
Now, why would you say that?
Well, when a couple breaks up, sometimes they go to a third party for a little comfort.
Well, I came to you for comfort long before the situation happened.
True. But when Martine walked out on you...
Martine didn't walk out on me. I told her to leave.
Of course.
There is a world of difference, you know.
Yes.
Excuse me. I've got to make a phone call.
I know who walked out. And why. How did you hurt your leg, Gavin?
You're really preoccupied with the subject, aren't you? Why?
Tell me something. Is it true that someone broke your leg for you?
Why did you come here, Raven? Who sent you? Or are you some new kind of spy for Skylar Whitney?
Do you know who it was that broke your leg?
I have a good idea.
Can you tell me?
I don't know any names. Some hitmen for the mob.
Are you sure?
Are you implying that you know who did it?
I know more than you think. I know when it happened. It was Halloween.
You're right so far.
I also know it was 3 men, 3 big men in Halloween masks, and I know who sent them. It was your boss, Sky Whitney. So, Gavin told Martine, and that's why.
I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long.
Everything all right?
Yes, just some little business matter I had to clear up.
I hope you don't have to go rushing off.
And end my evening with you. Wild horses couldn't drag me away.
Good.
What would you say to continuing this fascinating dialogue at my place?
I'd be delighted.